Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? It's Irvin Harvey coming at you guys with a video today just to share with you some of my biggest fears that I've had in life once I begin to, I would say, wake up, and as soon as I begin to have the sort of responsibility to know that I had to do something for myself in order to position myself to be in a good place in life. And I mean, this all pretty much began when I was about 15. I came across this book. I believe the author's name was Mike Maloney, I think, and he's one of the guys affiliated with the Rich Dad Poor Dad um, Association or what have you. And this book was just basically on purchasing precious metals, or silver and gold, assets and things to that nature. And a lot of what he was saying in his book, I mean, even though, at a young age, it got to me. And I think that was my first awakening into other things that led me to where I am today. And and one thing that really hit me, man, was my generation and those that are coming up that are even younger than I am, what we may have to go through or endure in this future. Some of the luxuries that we may not have that some of the older generation has had, and things such as like just being able to retire, man, just being able to say I put my work in and now I'm done. And any of you guys can attest to this when you go to your Walmarts or whatever, and you see the greeters at the door. I mean, a lot of these greeters are old, man. Like, I mean, I know where I'm from Virginia, and down here, I don't know how it is where you guys may be, but I mean, when I go into the Walmarts and I'm greeted, it's generally like a older lady or older guy, and these guys look like they're about late 70s, early 80s, and it's like they got you standing here for hours at a time. I mean, my feet would get tired, and I'm a young buck, so I know how it has to feel to be in that position and to say, I mean, man, you really have to work until you die. Like, I mean, some of these people are too old or too feeble, or maybe, they just shouldn't be in that position or that predicament. It's ridiculous to work your entire. Most of us begin our working in our late teens to early 20s. Okay, from what I know, the system was supposed to be designed so that you work for 40 years, and then for the rest of your life, you enjoy your retirement. But most people in their 60s, and listen to this because this is crazy, most people in their 60s are just as broke, if not in even worse position. I'm not going to say most, but a lot of them. I saw a statistic somewhere and it got me. And I think, judging by the statistic, it really was like a major percentage of them. But they're actually in the same position or worse than they were in their 20s financially. And so it's kind of like, yo, you work for 40 plus years just to not get ahead in life. I mean, that's the true definition of the hamster, running on the wheel. How is it that you could work for 40 years, but you still need to work just to make ends meet, just to be able to pay your bill for the month? I mean, that is crazy. Uh, Working should be something that's designed to put us into a position to where we don't have to work. The American dream was supposed to be, people being able to establish and have their own business and contribute to the economy and things like that. But the way this system is set up now is like a slavery thing, man. And even though I'm young, I mean, I have four kids, and that's what got me, really a lot too, man. That at this early age, I've begun having these kids, and I need to take care of them. I need to make sure that they're at a good place in life. I mean, I can't do for them. I can't do for them on a single paycheck at most workplaces. it's just not gonna cut it. I can't be able to give them the things that they want. I don't like it when my kids come to me and I have to tell them no, because I can't afford this or because I can't afford that. That's just not how it should be to me, man. So I mean, I have an extreme work ethic, man. I have a very strong work ethic. I don't mind getting down and dirty in the trenches or anything like that, but for me, it has to be for something that's worth it. All right. The last few times that I've actually worked at a traditional job, just realized they ask you for so much, man. I mean, you got to have this degree and you got to be willing to work outside in these temperatures and these hours and do such and such and provide them with all of this information and put all your time in over here and miss holidays and birthdays and funerals and stuff like that just to get paid maybe 10, 11, $12 an hour. Man, I mean, the value of the dollar is dropping. That's not what it used to be. That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it for you anymore. And a lot of the efforts that we are putting into the traditional work system, man, we could be doing the exact same things to free ourselves. You know what I mean? To free ourselves. Like, I mean, right now I have 7 streams of income that come in that are working for me on a daily basis. Every single one of these things, pretty much for the most part, make some money on a daily basis, 7 days a week. I wish, I wish I would have had as much knowledge now when I was 18, because I'd probably already be a multimillionaire and I'd be out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be out here, man. But I got dreams, goals, I got ambitions like crazy. Like, in my mind, even though I'm starting to do pretty good, it's like I'm still not there yet. Like, I'm nowhere near there. I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm not satisfied with just, a few $1,000s a month. I need more than that. I need more than that because I'm trying to start something big and I'm trying to like raise the consciousness and the awareness of people out there. There's too many of us out here living for today, and we're not prepared for tomorrow at all. You know what I mean? That's a really, really big deal, man. I just feel like here in this information age, I mean, there's little 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, man, who really know how to get on their computers, man, and make some money. You know what I mean? And it's not just all about being materialistic, but I mean, like, really, in this time, in this age that we live in, you need money to survive. And America is pretty much, it's almost like you're supposed to be rich. It's like you like whatever life you live, you're supposed to be rich. Because if you're not, then I mean you could find yourself in some deep doo-doo. If you get into, you have health issues or emergency issues and you got to go to the hospital and you got to get like some extensive treatment and then you get that bill, yo, when you see that bill and you think, yo, my job paycheck and this bill or this medication, it doesn't add up. You need to be rich and able to be able to afford that. You know what I mean? If you make a mistake or you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, you get caught in a jam and you need some legal representation, man, that stuff is not cheap at all. And you wonder why it's so expensive. Uh, I mean, to some people it's not. It's more so of it's almost like a perspective thing, where you sit. It's what's a lot to one person may not be a lot to another, and that's just because so many of us are on that same level and can't afford these things. And that's why we really need to wake up and do for ourselves. I mean, if you're going to have a job, that's fine. I'm not saying something's wrong with having a job, but also make sure that you got something going on for you too. You know, also make sure that you got something going on for you because there's no such thing as job security or job stability. And then think, depending on your profession or whatever it is that you do, how long is it that you're going to be able to do it? Are you really willing to do general labor for the remainder of your life? For the remainder of your life? If that answer is no, man, look into some alternative sources. That's just something that I just wanted to share because that's my motivation for why I do what I do. why I won't stop doing what I'm doing.